guess we shall go live. Right. Now, hopefully this is working. Hopefully this is working. Right. Now, I'm expecting this is going to take a couple of minutes for people to drop in and drop out and stuff like that. For some reason, the live stream that I have just set up, that I have spent the past half an hour writing up all the information on, adding everything in and all that sort of stuff, for some reason, it has just decided that it doesn't want to play. So, I've basically had to set this up on the fly, and I'm now going to have to add in all the information from the previous video that from the previous live stream that I set up, and now do this one. So, I realise that chances are this might take a little while. Copy. This might take a little while for people to realise that I'm actually streaming somewhere else now. I'm actually streaming on a different video. I think there was probably a few people that were expecting us to be live streaming on the video that was set up to live live stream from. But this is what happens. This is how lucky I am. Yeah, I'm very successful at the whole live streaming thing. YouTube is not receiving enough to maintain smooth streaming. Hello there, Nightmare. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the low energy live stream. I suppose I will do the intro. Lads, lasses, people with glasses, and of course, all of those in between. My name, in case you didn't already know, is Dexter, and welcome to the low energy live stream, where tonight we are probably going to have more technical difficulties. But we'll have to see what happens. I'm currently getting an error message. YouTube is not receiving enough video data to maintain smooth streaming. As such, the viewers will experience difficulties. And yes, I've heard that YPC is on this weekend. So I hope that you have a good time. And it looks like I'm having a bit of a delay there. Or, no, it's not that I've got a delay. It's that, for some reason, the text isn't showing up correctly in the drop down chat. So I don't know what I can do about that as we're going. I think I may have to try editing some stuff on the fly here. Just see what I can do. Is this the low frames live stream? It would seem so, Colin. It would indeed seem so. Right now, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to try editing some stuff on the fly here. So this may go badly. May indeed go very badly. So, properties. I think I'm going to have to... let's just see what happens if I don't think it's that. I'm not sure. That's the header in input. I wonder what I can do to change the text color. If I can change the text color of what you are actually writing in the comments here, then then I may be able to get this changed. But I'm working on things. I'm trying to change stuff. I actually tested this, and you can probably see there on the screen. My comment is highlighted there. My comment is in the nice white box where you can actually see what I've said. But none of yours are. So I think I'll remove this section here, and hopefully I'm just going to copy it. I'm going to cut it out. And let's just try this and hope for the best. Ooh, is it gonna work? Is it not gonna? Yeah, there we go. There we go. That has worked. Right then. Now I'm gonna drop back over to here. Right, what are people saying then? Because while I've been doing that, I haven't been able to see what you guys are saying. So bad degradation on footage. I know it's for some reason. I think it's because I've got a lot of tabs open that my computer just is struggling. So what I'm gonna have to do is I think I'm gonna have to try and turn down the frame rate and things like that Hopefully, I'm gonna spend a bit more time this weekend. Hopefully, I can have this sorted out for next week. And hopefully, it'll be a little bit more improved next week. But this is a work in progress, and I'm doing a lot of this testing by myself, so it seems fine. And you can ask people. I actually did a test stream. I think it was on Bank Holiday Monday, and everything seemed fine. Yes, I was getting a notification saying that there wasn't that, well, basically the same error message I'm getting now, but it seemed like things were going good. It seemed fine, and it seems like as long as I don't touch my computer, as long as I don't touch the computer, it seems like it's playing back fine for you. Right then. So what we got? Nightmare, you should come down. You're doing the normal walk on. Nightmare, I would love for to be able to get down this weekend, but I don't think I'm. Well, I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to get out and play this weekend. Frankly, I have North versus South next weekend, and I'm completely strapped. I haven't even bought my ticket for the event yet. So the plan is that I'm working a bit of this weekend, even though I thought I was never going to have to work weekends again. And I'm doing overtime and stuff to get myself a bit extra cash so that I actually have spending money for next weekend. So, unfortunately, YPC for me is a bit of a no-go. Right, what else we got? Combat Zone walk-on is Sunday, yep. Dave, again, I would love to come down and play a Combat Zone, especially, I really enjoyed playing that site for Colin's birthday, and again, it's unfortunately, it's just a bit too far to be travelling. For special occasions like Colin's birthday, or for hosting a big game, then I would definitely consider it again. In fact, I would like to come down, if Colin has a birthday party there every year, I would definitely love to be able to come down and attend every year. That guaranteed, but apart from that, I'm going to struggle to try and get down there. What else I got? Martello, hello. Colin, that's smooth, much better. Smooth now, champion. That's fantastic. Yeah. Dave, volume is low. Volume is low even when the PC and app is cranked. Right, is anybody else having problems with low volume? If you are, then I can try and adjust that. Unfortunately, I've been trying to I've been trying to change things on it. Just that I've had to put in stuff so that my microphone isn't picking up my computer fan, because my laptop sounds like it's trying to take off. You can probably hear it when I speak. It'll be opening the microphone up, and you can probably hear it a bit. But I'm working on stuff. I'm trying to change things. And also my microphone is over here at the side of it. So when I talk this way, you can probably hear us a lot better than when I'm talking to you this way. But if it's really bad, then I can turn the volume up. If it's not too bad, then we'll just have to put up with it for now. I can try moving my microphone over a little bit further, or I can just try to turn the volume up if it is something that is bothering you guys. For some reason, you can see on your phone, but not on the Mac. Oh, that's strange. But then you said it's okay, you sorted it, right? Dave, did I have an argument with the lawnmower over the weekend? What is it? Because of all this? Because I don't have hair anymore. Well, you obviously haven't been watching any of my streams over the past couple of weeks, which is understandable considering the streams have been hit or miss at best at the moment. But no, I've actually had my hair cut down short for the past couple of weeks because it was, and I've changed my setup now, so possibly it wouldn't be so bad now. But with having my laptop over here and having the camera over where yous are now, when I was turning this way, I then seen myself later on with this massive section of hair missing here, and realizing, oh shit, I'm going bald faster than I thought I was. I'm rapidly turning into my father. Put the headset back on. Is that to hide my hair a little bit? The headset may return. I've got the microphone, and I feel kind of bad not actually using the microphone properly, especially considering I've had it lying around for years. But if it is a real issue for you guys, then I'll see what I can do about changing back to it. Right, what we've got, Martello seems fine to you. That's fantastic to hear. Nightmare. Why am I at North versus South? Because it is one of the biggest games in the country, and there's a great opportunity for to get down there and shoot people. There is. I mean, it's one of the biggest games in the country, and I've just realised I need to swap something here. I need to swap the text down here. I wonder if I can... Yeah, that'll do. It's not perfect, but I'm working on this stuff. I keep saying it, but I am trying to work on this, and I'm trying to improve my stream every time. Sometimes it doesn't look like I'm doing anything, but I swear to you, I am trying. Then let's go back over to the control room here so I can actually see what's going on. But yeah, why am I at North versus South? Because frankly, it is one of the biggest games in the UK at the moment, if not the biggest game in the country, and it's a great game. Unfortunately, there is a lot of long balling, but with the increased use of first strike over the past few years, I think, because I haven't attended North versus South for a couple of years now, but I think with the increased rise of first strike use, that it's going to change potentially a lot. You know, people aren't going to be able to just stand at the back and try and long ball at people. People are actually going to have to get up close and personal. They're going to have to try and they're going to have to try and close that distance and have battles. Otherwise, they're just going to be picked off with first strike all day, and that's not going to be any fun. If you're hanging at the back and just getting picked off with first strike all the time, that's going to get kind of boring pretty fast. But it's definitely in North versus South it's known as being quite a big party game, you know, and there's so much there on offer. There's I believe there's now guys, please correct us if I'm wrong, but I think that there is something to do with they've got a bit of a tournament, like I think it's the Mechanical Masters. In fact, yes, it is the Mechanical Masters on one of the days. Collins just said there, the use of tanks helps break the lines. The fact that the game actually has tanks, which you don't have many games in the UK that actually feature paintball tanks, and for the fact that you can enter your own paintball tank. And I think you have 3 classifications of paintball tank. You've got the walker tanks, you've got the mechanical powered tanks, and then you also have like the engine powered tanks. It's something like that. So you've got the different degrees of tanks, and the fact that people are putting their own stuff in there and having a go with things. You've got they normally have like a big inflatable tournament field, which I think realistically it's only probably about a 2-man field, but it's still good fun to go and play on. You've got games on the Saturday, which is normally I'm not sure what it is this year, but it's normally something like the UK versus everyone else. So because North versus South actually does draw in. Shush. Be quiet. I don't know why I'm turning the volume down, because you guys will probably still be able to hear it. But yeah, North versus South, it has so much on offer, and it has a huge trade area as well. So you can, obviously one of my favorite things is food, and there is a lot of food on offer. But there's, you've got all these different stalls that go to the site because they know that there is going to be a lot of eyes on who's playing and who's attending. But it's a fantastic event to go to. Right, what else we got? Nightmare, you're not having any problems with volume. And Dave, bloody perfect, turn to face the wall again. Wait, is that just because of a microphone issue, or is it just because you don't want to look at my face? Sorry, I'm trying not to cough as well. So what diet soft drinks you got tonight? Unfortunately, I have no specialist fizzy drinks to drink tonight. I have water, which is highly exciting, I know. I did have some concentrated apple juice, some concentrated apple and grain juice a little bit earlier. It was made by a guy called Jim. But unfortunately there wasn't much of it, and it has now expired. So I'm not even in a particularly enhanced mood. Right. Nightmare. Oh, you have a new weapon, and it's called a ghost knife. You made it yourself with a lot of sharp shit. Oh, dude, no, please. I hope. Just no. If you want, send us photos you can send a picture of it to my Facebook page. But please don't take anything like sharp on a playing field. If it's not for the playing field, then have at it, mate. Have fun. But but yeah, try and avoid taking bladed objects on a paintball field. I mean, if you do want a melee weapon, then I would suggest something like that. Because that ain't gonna hurt anybody. I've also seen people use things like rubber chickens and stuff like that, and that's generally good fun. But always be careful when taking things that look like bladed objects or are bladed objects on fields. I didn't really think of it, and I took a pocket knife, just a folding pocket knife, onto a field at one of Urban Paintball UK's events I think it was maybe it's 2 years ago now. It was an event, I think it was Marines versus Predators or something like that, at RAF Curtin and Lindsay a couple of years ago. And at one point we're trying to get through a doorway, so I pulled out my folding pocket knife and went to give it to one of the other guys to see if he could use it to jimmy the door open. And I didn't really think of it at the time, but there's headcam footage of me pulling out a knife and opening the knife up on a paintball field. And I thought, you know what it is? That's probably a stupid thing to do, and I probably in fact I shouldn't have done it, really. I mean, it was a perfectly legal knife to carry. It was fold beneath the legal limits for what you are and what you are not allowed to carry in the UK, but I still thought it was a bit of a stupid thing to do after I did it, and I should have thought of that in advance. Yeah, right, Nightmare again. Yeah, I want to go so bad, but tournaments. Yeah. Well, that's it. If you're playing tournaments, unfortunately, it's a hit or miss sort of situation. You've got to choose what you want to do, and sadly, you can't play everything, mate. And I really appreciate that. I mean, when I was actually into tournament paintball, I kind of also had to do the whole. Well, I wanted to play tournaments with my team and progress my playing myself. Between that and just going off and playing, regular walk-ons or playing big games. And it wasn't until I kind of slowed down what I was playing in tournament paintball that I really started taking off and moving into playing more big games and having more fun there. But yeah, Colin, you are definitely right. The use of tanks helps break the lines. It definitely does, because you can't. There is no point in trying to longball a tank. It'll just roll straight through your lines and open a hatch or something and light you up. Right. And cough cough hedgehog. What do you mean by that? Well, I'll tell you what, Dave. I'll move that to there. Now, hopefully, you won't pick up too much from my laptop. In fact, yeah, that seems all right. And with it being a little bit more in front of us, hopefully you'll hear my voice a bit better there. Hopefully you won't have the issues that you have been having. Right. That was it, Colin. Marines vs Predator 5. And it was a great game. It really was a great game. Unfortunately, Colin, it is not Special Russian Spring Water. And Dave again, Mech Masters is mini games on the Friday and Saturday with the final on Sunday. That's, yeah. And the fact that the Mech Masters are there when the Mech, I know for a fact that, well, I know that the Mech Masters have a quite a good following, is actually, that's brilliant. And it's, hopefully it'll draw some people in that were mostly interested in just playing the Mech Masters, but then it'll maybe go out and play on the Sunday, and hopefully, some of the guys that would just normally be interested in playing the big game might be inclined to try playing the Mech Masters as well. Because if it's there and you've got the ticket that lets you play everything, why not have a go? If you can get a scratch team together and go in, see how you can do. Right, Mech Masters even had some EMEX available for those attending that don't have a Mech marker. You see, stuff like that, I absolutely love stuff like that. Sites that, personally, I don't like loaning gear. It's just something that I don't like to do. I don't like borrowing gear. And even then, there is certain gear that I do not like to loan out either. There is certain gear that I'm more than happy for somebody to go out and have a play. And there's some gear that I'm happy for people to shoot over the range, but not go out at all. But that's just me. But the fact that there is some sites that are more than happy for to let people go out and use gear, for maybe try it and see if they like it, like what a lot of MagFed events are doing, things like that. They are absolutely fantastic. Right, what we got. Hopefully, I have changed the microphone there as well, so hopefully that will make a difference there now. Colin, barrel tag only for you. What, not water vodka? No, it is in fact just water. I like a drink, but I think if I was necking glasses of vodka like that, then I don't think I'd be awake at the end of the stream. It's not special Russian spring water. Right, Dave, thank you very much for posting some information. Yeah, I'll have a read through this. Direct from Mech Masters, North vs South, Saturday all mechanical events at North vs South are inclusive on your ticket and are completely free to all players. That is absolutely fantastic to hear. Saturday brings us a mini mech tournament day. We will be running a North 3-man in the morning and South 3-man in the afternoon. Medals for the winners. Again, that's brilliant to hear. Having medals to take away is always a really nice touch. Once you have 2 winning teams in the early evening, they will battle it off to see who is the ultimate UK's mechanical masters. See, that is beautiful. And the only thing is, if I was to actually go down and actually be able to play this, I'm playing for the South this year, and if by some long shot I was to go down and play it and win, I don't know how I'd feel taking away a trophy, being from the North and winning for the South. That would make me feel very, very dirty. No offense to you Southern guys, but I'm going to be fighting alongside you. What more do you want? If you do not have a mech or a team, no problem. We can build a team on the day and fully kit you out with the latest mechanical markers. That's great to hear. I love the fact that those guys are actually doing that. And Dave, brilliant. I'm glad that that's actually working a little bit better for you. Right, Nightmare. Pretty much everyone's most wanted target on the field is the hidden hedgehog. Yes. I think because he is the UK's most sort of, I want to say the UK's most famous paintballer, because the way I view it is he probably is. Or at least if you're going by possibly not even the most famous, but the paintballer with the most following in the UK, it's probably the hidden hedgehog. So yes, he will have a target on his head. Anyone that's got any sort of fame on them, you don't even have to be famous individually, but if you're part of a team that is well known, you can have a price on your head when you walk onto the field. But yeah, that is it. Because the other thing is, there's a lot of players that, and I'm not saying me here, there's a lot of players that have things like head cams and stuff like that want to get themselves shooting the hidden hedgehog out. Right. So Dave again. Tomahawk clear paint is great for taking out minion tanks and netting on the tanks. Yeah, that clear paint just gets everywhere, and because there is a little bit of grease to it, it's gonna spread as well. So if you're in like a proper tank and you try and put the windscreen wipers on, you're just gonna end up with grease all over your windscreen. Which is why I remember seeing Mike from Tech PB and another guy at an event. I think it was Living Legends years ago. I mean, this is probably like at least 5 or 6 years ago. And they were in. It was effectively a golf buggy, but it had netting all over the vehicle so that if any shots hit it, it wasn't going to splat and smear on a windscreen. But then they effectively had like the draft excluders from a letterbox all the way across the front of the tank at around probably a little bit, well, in around at the right sort of level for shooting from, that you could poke your barrel through and shoot from the inside of the tank without the balls being able to make their way back through. And that was really cool, that. And I've always wanted to try and replicate that, but I don't have the capacity to, and I just don't have a way. I don't have a means of transporting something like that, and I don't have the money to do it. But if anybody wants to copy that, please do and show us, because I think it'd be really cool. Dave, you'll be at North versus South using your CVO during the Mechanical Masters with the first set of Baditude, Baditude. Is that? Yeah, is it? I can't pronounce that. Bad Attitude grips, the Deadpool ones, mate. Those grips look brilliant. I've been eyeing them up, and the reminders of the old hybrid grips that you see you'll get. In fact, I do actually have a marker to hand with the old hybrid grips. Now, of course, these are more like Space Invader ones, but those sorts of grips, those Bad Attitude grips, the reminders of that, and it's just really cool. Now, I'm not sure if they were hybrid grips made for Empire or if they were Empire made grips, but you could get hybrid grips that were the same as that, or similar to that. Which they stopped really. I think they stopped making them not long after I got into paintball, so I was only ever able to get sets of those second hand. In fact, I actually have another set. Then another set of Empire ones on my stock class Phantom, which, yeah. So, I love custom sort of grips like that you don't really see around, because most grips that come in most markers now, I mean, you're looking at just stuff like that, you know, quite bog standard plain grips, and it's something that I talked about in my last stream, where you're lacking that customization ability. I think when players had that customization ability, it made the markers their own, and you felt more like inclined to want to go out and shoot it because it was your own marker. You know, it was something that you had built, and you know, you changed for it to be yours. And yeah, people I think were more inclined to want to use gear when it was something that they'd put time and effort into themselves. Colin, glasses of vodka that size is part of a balanced diet in the north. You must do well. You must be well to do though, as me and northerners, it's 3 gallons of super tenants. No, up here it's damn, I can't even brown ale. That's it, brown ale. And yes, Colin, paintball celebrity. Or as a lot of people are being known as now, as e-celebs. Yep. Nightmare, gonna go get food back in a second, no problem, man. Just take your time, come back when you want. And Barker, yeah, of course, Barker is another sort of e-celeb within the UK. And the thing is, I mean, Barker does put out great content, but he is at a much smaller level than the Hidden Hedgehog. I mean, he's very, very popular, and there's a hell of a lot of people know who he is. But if you go just by subscriber numbers, the Hidden Hedgehog blows pretty much any other UK paintballer out of the water. You know, any other UK content creator. And I kind of find that a little bit disappointing, because I think there is a lot of people producing some really great content, and I would love to see those people get more attention. Like, I know I go on about him regular, but Artwood, absolutely love Artwood's content. I think he puts in real effort for it.
and doesn't have the subscribers that I genuinely believe the bloke should have. And Nicky T, I mean, if you look at the work that Nicky T is putting into his live shows, you know, he's sitting down with professionals from other industries and stuff. He's doing interviews with other players. He's doing giveaways. He's doing content that is teaching people how to improve their performance. And the bloke, if it wasn't for a campaign over the past couple of weeks to try and get him some attention, I think he's only. In fact, I'm going to actually look it up now. I'm searching in the wrong section there. I'm gonna have a look at this. That's my own channel. I don't want to be searching in my own channel. I think I'm going to have to open up a new tab. And right, what we got? Yeah, Nick is he's just about to hit 800. Well, he's just about to hit 900 subscribers. So if you aren't already subscribed to Nick, please go over, subscribe to the guy, because he is putting in genuine effort into trying to improve paintball around the world. But he's a UK paintballer who is trying to do something good for our community. And again, he's not getting the attention that the bloke deserves. He's really trying stuff and just not getting the attention that he deserves. And I think that's really, to be blunt, crap. Right, what we got? Colin, is that why Dave always guns for you? Are you famous? Still not managed. Like, well, you know what it is, Colin. You are actually a well-known person within the paintball community, within the European or within the UK paintball scene. You definitely are a well-known person. When you walk through a safe zone, if you will go to a big game, I know for a fact you get stopped and people come in and talk to you because you're a likable guy and people know you and they know the whole Pump Fury thing. And even though you've only, like on the Pump Fury page, I think you have actually, I think you've got a bigger following than I have. But people still know who you are and they still want to talk to you because you give them the time of day. You're actually prepared to spend time with people and stand talk with people. Like I said, you're a nice guy, and it's something that has been mirrored throughout the paintball community for years. There's a lot of people who've got a lot of good to say about you. But yes, that then also does put a target on your back, and you're quite a tall lad, so you're quite a big target. Albert, North versus South, not your cup of tea. Played a few times, but I think there are games out there that are a lot better and a lot cheaper. Mate, that's fair enough. I would say that there is definitely games that I think have better gameplay. If you take, for example, Paintfest, I think Paintfest, because it is it's actually in a lot more woodland. There isn't as many open spaces, and I think open spaces in paintball promote long balling. But as I also said, if you factor in the fact of First Strike, I think First Strike is going to sort of nudge some of that out. But like Paintfest, because it is more enclosed, you can't just stand and long ball for miles. There is areas where you can, but for the most part you can't. Because of that, I think you do have some areas where you have better gameplay. But for sheer size and for the magnitude of the number of players that will attend North versus South, I don't think it can be beaten in those regards in the UK. Also, when you add in stuff like, and I hope that they have them this year so I don't look like an idiot anymore, like an idiot. But you've got stuff like the boats that they had at Paintfest a couple of years ago to transport players over water, or like I think it's over a little river into different areas of the game zone. Stuff like that, they're nice little touches that you don't necessarily see in many games. In fact, I don't think there is any other games that I've been to in the UK where you are required to use an actual boat to get to another part of a game zone. That just doesn't happen. Colin, ions were prime example. Upgrade to the point, and then there's nothing ion left. Well, that was it, Colin. Yeah, I mean, when you're looking at upgrading markers, the ion, you could upgrade it to the point where it effectively became almost a shocker. Because I think at the time, yes, when the ion was released, there was also another couple of markers that were released around at the same sort of time. There was you had the ion, which came into the UK, I believe, at around about the £180 mark. It was somewhere around about that. But then you had, I think it was the Epiphany, which was supposed to be the next level up, which was released around about the same sort of time. There was the SP8, which was sort of a big... It was like Smart Parts attempt at a kind of a rifle type thing. It was effectively an ion inside of a more sort of space age tactical body. You also had there was the SP1 came out not that much longer after that, which I believe was originally it was electronic ion. I don't think it had eyes though. Well, it wasn't. Obviously, the ion was electronic, but I don't think the SP1 had eyes, or I might be wrong on that. But you also had the Vibe came out a little bit later, which was when it was first released was, I'm pretty sure it was electronic, but didn't have eyes in it, which was more of a sort of a tournament level. It was a tournament style marker, but just obviously very, very low entry. Yeah, that's it, Colin. The SP8 was an ion inside of an XM8 body. It was sort of Smart Parts' attempt at a tactical style marker, and it unfortunately it didn't really take off, and that nobody. I can only ever remember seeing one person using one at a game, and even then I only used it for the full day. But personally, I absolutely loved the ion. I thought it was a fantastic marker, and it was great for getting players into the sport, and it was also great sort of foundation for modifying from. Right, Dave. Nicky T will be announcing the MacDev Prime giveaway this week to patrons. If you aren't in it, you ain't gonna win it. Exactly, mate. Which I will be coming back to that later on. I'm trying to catch up on the comments, and then I'm gonna start the show properly. I've got a lot to say. It's been a couple of weeks since I saw y'all. So before I go any further though, guys, because unfortunately I was really behind tonight, which as some of you saw, I did start the show late. So if you can you just drop onto Facebook or Twitter or any other social media that you use and just share the stream around a little bit. I've got such an itchy nose. Share the stream around a little bit. Just let people know that I'm streaming here, and hopefully we can get a few people in and they can see that I'm not as whingy as I have been for the past few weeks. So, Colin, no, you're not famous. I would argue that you are, mate. You're even sending products worldwide now. I think that makes you pretty famous. Nightmare. You just made a chainsaw for paintball. The chainsaw has rubber blades, but it's still got an engine. Still got the engine. That's kind of cool, mate. Now, as long as it can't do any damage, I think that sounds awesome. If it's literally just, you know, like you've taken the chain off, you've mounted rubber teeth to the bar, and you've left the engine in, that does sound kind of cool. You know, the fact that you can start the chain up. But if any of you are into cosplay, if any of you like that sort of stuff, what I want to see is somebody make a full-on chainsword. It doesn't have to be functional. Just if somebody mocks up a full chainsword and brings that out to a game, you have my ultimate respect. If you can make yourself a Warhammer 40k chainsword and take it to a game and use that as a melee weapon, you're awesome. I mean, yes, okay, if you decided to play in like full power armor and stuff as well, yeah, that would be amazing. But I'll accept just a chainsword. But yeah, Nightmare. That does sound really cool, that man. Dave, I only gun for Colin as he never brings the fresh coffee to games. Well, there you go, Colin. Now you know how to get that fixed. Colin, you've got to earn a Dave. You haven't yet. Ion, that's not actually an ion. The axe is the same. Yeah, pretty much. The SP8 was an ion in an... Yeah, we've already talked about that one. The Epiphany was an ion with lower volume, high pressure can. The Epiphany, I'll be blunt again, was a pile of shit. It was mostly plastic. It didn't look good. It just wasn't a great marker. It may have worked, but again, I've only ever actually seen one Epiphany in the UK, and I think I saw it used once, and that was it. Like I said, it may have been a nice enough marker to shoot, but they didn't look nice, and they just didn't seem to sell. Albert, see, you loved your Ion as you couldn't afford an Epiphany, but I couldn't. You could buy bits each week for it to end up with an Epiphany. Well, yeah, that's exactly it. You could put so much into the Ion that you could upgrade it far past the point of being an Ion. But you then also had the problem of, well, I mean, you could have actually just saved that money and bought the higher end marker. But I mean, I did it as well, and I absolutely adored my Ion. And it's one of those markers that I have always regretted selling. I have always regretted selling my Ion because there was so many people that, slagged Ions off, but they'd ask for a shot of mine and then say it shot really, really straight. And that was what I used when I first got into tournament play. I played God knows how many tournaments with my Ion, and I absolutely loved the thing. It just worked. It always worked. It never let us down, except for one time where I tried putting some... there were ice white eyes in it, and they just didn't work. They were absolutely terrible. I took them out. Marker started working again. The SP1 was a tactical vibe. The vibe was a blind Ion. Yeah, you're totally right. But I believe that ultimately they then did actually turn the vibe mechanical, which then became, over recent years, became the GOG enemy. Because for those that don't know, GOG basically... Smart parts basically became GOG. If you actually look back, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find them on the internet. When GOG first came about, it was original... No, I'm getting the history wrong. Yeah, I'm getting the paintball history wrong. But anyway, I mean, if you look at everything, the vibe is basically a GOG enemy. The shocker is, was a shocker. It's just an upgraded version of it. I think you've got a few markers that basically have all evolved out of that. But yeah, I mean, it's then the Lux. I think the Lux comes under the GOG sort of banner now as well, doesn't it? Which DLX was actually a part of Smart Parts at one time. I think it was a sister company. The Epiphany wasn't really an upgrade. Well, that's it. As I say, I mean, the Ion, yes, it had a lot of plastic on it, but yeah, the majority of the marker, the big sort of main chunk of it, the trigger frame, was all metal, and then you had the can, the bolt and all that sort of stuff was all metal. You just had a plastic covering over it. The reg was a nice, well, maybe it's not a nice reg, but it was just a functional reg that had a plastic cover over it. And apart from changing, I changed the feed neck on mine, I changed the barrel, I changed the reg cover, and I put a different ASA on. And everything else on my Ion was stock, and that thing it just always worked for me. I never had a problem with it. Nightmare, you have a target on your head at events because you're quite famous in the speed QB community. If you haven't heard of Rhino, then you know why. If you've heard of Rhino, then you know why. I think I know of Rhino. but only from if it's the same guy, it was from one of the Hidden Hedgehogs videos a good while back. You're in the process of making something similar because you make a lot of your own cosplay stuff. No, that's cool. That's cool. Like I said, if you can make something like that, that's really awesome. And you're buying a used ion, mate. You can't go wrong with ions. They were, to me, ions were just great markers. I've actually got a couple of ions at the minute that I need to take the parts from certain ones and from other ones and put them all together to make myself an ion that I'm really happy with. But once I get up and running, I might actually use that over my E-Tech. But yeah, I just actually need to spend the time to do it. And the other thing is, I don't really, because I don't play with electros or semi-automatics that much, I just haven't gotten around to do it, and I haven't had a need to do it either. So it'll happen when it happens. Colin, look at your Gomi mech. Yeah, that's, I mean, your Gomi mech Ion. That's a great marker. I think, you know, it's interesting, and I love it because it kind of it hits on me a little bit. You know, the fact that you've got that that stock body, which is that the stock body from an SP1, the Picatinny reels and stuff all over it, because that sort of extends out over the back of the body, and the kick up ASA and stuff, which I was never a big fan of Gomi's kick up ASAs, but a lot of people like them, so I respect that. But I think because it's stuff like that, it doesn't look pristine, and I love markers that don't look pristine. I love stuff that is, it's got things on it that are off, that aren't factory off the wall. That sort of stuff just makes me so happy. Yeah, the enemy is a rebodied vibe with a mech solenoid. Yeah. The looks is a shocker. Well, yeah, but the looks came obviously after the shocker and was basically just meant to be like an even higher version of the shocker. I mean, if you actually look back at it, the looks was doing the whole macro line list way before any other company started doing it. I mean, I don't think I'd even been playing that long when I saw my first ever looks, which was a lad known as Mophead, running around at a site I used to play at, a little tournament. It was sort of basically like it was a little tournament field I used to play at called NSPA, and Moppy ran around firing this lux off, just dry firing it in the safe zone for ages. I think he was just going and running around firing it and then filling his air tank up and then running around firing it and firing it and firing it. And I believe he did ultimately end up breaking it. But it was a really cool marker. I mean, even going back then, the Lux was a really nice light marker. And I can just remember we were playing one night on one of the tournament fields. It was actually starting to get dark, so if somebody had lights on the hopper or anything like that, it showed up. And I'd slid into a bunker. I was peeking out. I knew somebody was shooting at us. And one of the other guys that he was playing on the team with us slid into the same bunker as me, but he overslid, knocked the bunker away from both of us, and I just had full view of the guy in the bunker across the field from us. And what I can always remember is just the lights down the gun barrel before I just started getting pezzled. It was a beautiful sight to hold, but also slightly terrifying when you're a newbie to paintball, just getting annihilated from a lux at the other end of the field. Nightmare. If you remember, GOG got bought out by Smart Parts, and DLX is the same thing. No, it was actually GOG. Smart Parts folded, and I believe it was some of the same staff. I'm not exactly sure of the proper details, but GOG rose out of the ashes of Smart Parts. DLX was an offshoot of Smart Parts. They were like a sister company, so I believe DLX got sold off, or they moved off, or something like that. I don't know the exact details though. And yeah, Colin, there was the Ion XE. That was the bolt out the back Ion. Yeah, there was, but that I don't know if that really sold as well as the original Ion. I mean, I think that there was so many people bought the Ion, and it was a great little entry level sort of tournament marker. And I suppose that probably was a lot of people bought that Ion XE, but it didn't seem as if there was as many bought that as there was bought the original Ion. And I think there is even still some floating around now though. And no smart parts went bust. Sold a load of rights to Empire, and we started as and restarted as GOG and DLX. And oh, it's a deadly wind body. Right. Colin, your SP8 uses a rip clip. You see, now a rip clip I can appreciate, because I always thought the feed neck on the side of the SP8, it always looked out of place. But if you can if you've got a rip clip on the side and you've got yourself like a better looking hopper on the side of that, I can actually see it as being a reasonably nice looking marker. Especially if you were to do something like stick a remote line on instead of running it as with a tank on. So I don't think the SP8 would have looked particularly good with the tank on the bottom and the hopper on. It just looked a bit out of place. It just didn't look right. Not in my opinion, anyway. Albert, you looked into turning an Ion into a pump. Christ, the work, you soon changed your mind. Yeah. You see, I've got a lot of projects like that which I put to one side and I think, at some point in the future, I'll get around to actually doing this project, and then it just sits in a box or something for years. Colin, Smart Parts did some great stuff and years ahead of others, but got greedy and pushed customers away with the whole electronics patent. Yeah, well, Smart Parts, just the same as a lot of other companies, actually started off by, I think they were customizing marker barrels, and then they developed from there, and there was rivalries between them and other companies like WGP and WDP, and I think the stories go, and I don't know how true they are, but the stories go that they kind of pushed some other companies out of the scene, which was a real shame, because I really wish WGP was still going today. I think if they had still been going now, we could have had some amazing products. And the same for AGD, but I don't know how much AGD were affected by the whole Smart Parts thing as well. If that was actually the case anyway. But Tom Kay was a genius when it came to making paintball products. And obviously the people that were working under him as well and with him. And it's WGP, WDP, AGD. It's such a shame that those guys aren't really doing stuff anymore. And I've got no doubt that there is some of them that will still be in the community, but not the way they are. Chan, hello, welcome to the live stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. What we got? Nightmare. The reason why they call me Ghost is because you don't just rush, you wait for your target and then pounce. Basically, you lock onto things real quick. Nice one, man. It's a great way to play. If you just play smart, you can get nice, good kills. And you really want to get looks. Luxes are really nice markers, but in my experience, they can be a little bit hit or miss. I knew a lot of guys that did own Luxes, and for the most part, really nice markers. And I think they've fixed the eye cover issue that they did have when they were relatively new to the market. Players kept losing the eye covers because I think they were magnetic when they first came out. I might be wrong on that. I know that there was a lot of players lost the eye covers, but I'm pretty sure that they have been rectified with that by now, though. I mean, obviously, it would make sense that they fixed the issue. But they are really nice markers. They're nice and light, and they're just they have a very, very quiet sound signature on a field. When there's a lot of stuff going on around you, somebody with a Lux can disappear. Colin, you don't think the XE sold as well? It was heavy and it was a metal body. Well, yeah, there you go. Nightmare, you got a Geo 3 and an Ego 11. Fantastic markers, dude. You got yourself a Hammer 7 because you're building a sniper. Well, you know what it is? The Hammer 7 seems to be an incredibly popular marker to choose for people in the paintball community that want to modify. It's a Nelson valve based marker, so I mean it's basically that, just slightly different. It's a tried and tested marker platform, and people love it. I mean, to get your hands on a Hammer 7, like an actual functioning Hammer 7, you know, people will snap them up. For some reason, they don't seem to have a very high value, but people love modifying them. They are effectively sort of like the Ion of the pump world. and I've seen some fantastic shotgun builds made out of Hammer 7s. God, my nose is so itchy. Oh. Yeah, I've seen some amazing shotgun builds made out of Hammer 7s. And I've also seen some fantastic sniper builds, which, again, I am going to cover later on in the show. I'm getting a phone call. Unfortunately, I won't be able to answer that. I'll just have to ignore that for now. I'll respond to that person in a text. Right. Yeah, so what else? Colin, you have a sniper barrel and body. The barrel ports into the body. It's crazy quiet. The barrel ports into the body. Are you talking like... Is it like when you're seeing a sniper, are you talking like a proper sort of like a sniper rifle build? So the porting actually ports into the stock and stuff. I can understand that. One sec. Right. Yeah, so I can understand that being nice and quiet. It's along the same sort of lines as effectively having a silencer. You didn't get a notification, Chan. You didn't get a notification. That's why late. Don't worry, mate. I had a live stream all nice and set up and everything, with the links and everything ready to go, and YouTube just decided to take a massive fart and not work. I don't know what happened. I went to start the live stream and it just went, no, not playing, not working, screw you. The Lux is just an expensive shocker. That's it, it is. But is there actually much difference between the price of the Shocker XL or RXL or whatever it is now versus the Lux? And they seem like they're both kind of in the same sort of play area. They're both in the... Oh, God, my nose! Oh! They're both in the same sort of area for the people that are going to be using them. People that are going to be using Shockers are going to be in the same sort of area as those using Luxes. Whereas at one time, it was like the Shocker came out to kind of take over from... the Lux kind of came out to take over from the Shocker originally. Nightmare. Man, you wish Sandana was still around because you have 3 Sandana head wraps in purple snake stripe, blue flying skull, and you think a red flying skull. Dude, if you have those, you are sitting on money. There is people that will pay good money for those. Smart Parts did push a lot of small companies out of business. A lot of it was down to them putting a patent on the off button on paintball markers. Yeah, Albert. Stuff that was not good. I mean, it was uncalled for, really. How can you do something like patent and off button? Colin, you're going to build a dedicated first strike sniper with a Planet Eclipse MG100. The sniper body is what Smart Parts called the 20-inch barrel and body kit for the SP8. Ah, fair enough, right, man. Yeah. So it was like the longer version of it. Yeah, that's fair enough, man. And I suppose there probably was a lot of space inside of that, inside that front end of the SP8. So yeah, the body would, the barrel would vent nicely into that, and yeah, it would deaden the sound. Nightmare. You built a sniper for your brother with airsoft body and paintball internals. Well, there's a lot of people do that. There's a lot of people do take sort of the nicer airsoft bodies, some of the shells, some of the shells, some of the things like the stocks and stuff like that, and use those to then make themselves a nice rifle looking thing or something like that. No idea. Anyway, right, now that I've finally caught him on the chat, let's get into where you can play this weekend. Right, so it's taken us long enough, but yes, where can you play this weekend? Right, so what we have, Combat Zone Lincoln has a game on the 28th of the 4th, 19. It is £20 with bring your own paint, or £45 including a box of standard grade. You can also have the option of £50 including a box of tournament grade paint. Gates open at 8 o'clock in the morning and games start at 9:15. The side feet per second limit is 285 feet per second with 10.5 balls per second cap. Lunch is included free of charge, and if you're attending, please confirm in advance that you are actually attending. It's lets them know if it's actually worth putting the walk on and how many people to expect. Yeah, definitely let them know in advance. Right, for those of you that are into tournament play, CPBS have an event on at their at the Penkridge site. This is the 27th and 28th of this month, obviously this weekend coming. This is, as I believe, I don't want to get anything wrong here, and I understand somebody was corrected on one of my posts asking for events. It is known as the Tomahawk Championships. Now, I don't know if that's because they are being sponsored by Tomahawk Paint. I might take a jab at that's the case. But yeah, so the Tomahawk Championship at CPBS at Penkridge. For more info, check out www.okpb.co.uk. Unfortunately, I think unless you can get in as a guest player or a scratch player, I don't think you're going to be able to go and actually play this event. But if you really like your paintball, or if you're wanting something to do this weekend and you are in the area, you can get yourself down there. I'm sure that there'll be teams that will be more than happy to have you in as pit crew, you know, for to go and collect pods off the field and stuff in between rounds, for to take photos, even if you just go down and support the teams and support the site. Just go down there, get involved, and take some gear. There might be a team that has a player that's ill or has a player that drops out. Ask up on the CPBS Facebook page. There might be someone that is looking for a player that wants a scratch player. Go check them out, and hopefully you'll have some fun. Like I said, even if it's a case that you go down and just take some photos or something, I'm sure it'll be the CPBS staff would love for you to attend. Right, there is District 23 in Billingham. There is a Margfed session on. This is this Saturday coming. It is £28 per person, including paint. It is running from 10 AM until 1 PM. Includes your own gunners are welcome, but if you do require equipment, you get a TMC, goggles, chest rig, 4 mags, and enough paint for the 4 mags per game. So if you want to go down and attend that game as an own gunner, you can. However, you will only be given enough paint for 4 mags per game. Next up, and as it's been mentioned a couple of times in the chat, we have YPC. YPC, that is the Yorkshire Paintball Centre, which is located in Selby. This is this coming Sunday. It is £20. Bring your own for the walk on, or you have £10 with again bring your own paint for the 1989 club. The walk on is 12 balls a second, 280 feet per second limit, and semi-automatic. And I've been informed through their Facebook page that there will indeed be chocolate on offer. Now, as far as the 1989 club goes, if you aren't aware what the 1989 club is, it's something that I think it's pretty centralised on YPC. I think it's YPC are the first site, and as far as I'm aware, the only site that does it. It is to try and take paintball back to its roots a little bit more, where instead of having full hoppers or anything like that, it is open to mag-fed guys, pump guys, pistol guys, even normal equipment or normal markers, but if you want to take something on that isn't mag fed or a pistol or something like that, it has to have nothing more than a 50 round hopper on there. And I think the paint that you take on the field is also restricted. The idea is to reduce the amount of paint that is in the air, so everyone can try and have a bit more of a fun game and have a bit, just have a bit more of a laugh on the field. And I really like that. And even though it's been running for years, and I've said this a couple of times, even though it's something that I would love to go down and play, I still haven't. And I feel really bad about that, because I love YPC, and the fact that I haven't gotten down there and I haven't taken part in the 1989 club in the years that this has been running now, it bothers us a little bit. But hopefully when I get a little bit more time, and maybe get down there and actually have a bit of a laugh with them guys. And finally, Bricketwood Paintball at St Albans has, I think this is Sunday the 28th, has an open field where if you want to go along, if you can't make it to CPPS, green fee and a box of paint is £30, so you can go down there and have yourself a game with those guys and have a bit of a, as they put it, a bit of a kickabout. Or might have been knockabout, I can't remember. But yeah, drop down there. That it's another, well, as far as I understand, I believe Bricketwood has a long history of having good quality tournament players come out of it. So if you're in the area, drop down, go have a game with those guys and see what the crack is. Have a bit of a laugh with them. Have some fun. Right, so let's drop back into the comments here and see what people are actually saying. Right. So Colin, it was where Empire got the idea of the TM15. Yeah, I can see that. Nightmare. Never selling your head wraps because they were gifts for your birthday when you were 12. Yeah, I understand that, mate. There is certain bits of gear that it would have to be dire circumstances for me to sell. Colin, you got to shoot. No problem, man. I shall catch you later on. Thank you very much for joining the stream tonight. Nightmare. You're at CPBS next week, but it's run by the organisers of CPBS. You're at CPBS next week, but it's run by the organisers of CPBS. But it's Speed QB tournaments both days of the weekend. Nightmare Speed QB versus Darkness. Nice one, man. 50 round hopper and 150 rounds. Right, so that would be for the YPC 1989 club. So yeah, for anyone that's interested in attending, it is 50 round hoppers only, a maximum of a 50 round hopper and 150 rounds allowed on field at any one time. Right then, the next one I'm going to do, so I can actually kind of clear it off a little bit here. I've got such an itchy nose again, and it is not going away. Catch up with the stream. Right. I'll respond to that in a little while. That's no problem, Dave. Right then. So, the big game shout out for the week goes to Urban Paintball UK's Battle of the Bulge. It is, if I scroll down here into the description section, details. Urban Paintball UK and Driverwood Paintball would like to announce Battle of the Bulge 3. This has been hosted from the 24th to the 26th of May 2019, which is the bank holiday weekend. Site will open at 23rd and close on the 27th, so you are welcome to stay longer. The event is £45 English, playing over the whole site, and apparently it is a big site. Free camping, pistol games and evening games are included. There is running water in the camp zone located near the gate in the car park. Playground in camping area 2, which includes trampolines and swings and stuff like that. There is a cinema, so bring your own chair. Beer pong, darts, Xbox, free banter, more important than anything. Amazing food in our newly kitted out kitchen. Got me there. And this is a fun event. If you think you're going to win, you're coming to the wrong event. This is just for fun, but expect intense, fast action games that only Urban can provide. So there you go. Now, I've played urban games before, and they are generally they are good events to go out and attend. So if you're in the area, if you think that that is something that might appeal to you, get yourself over to the Urban Facebook page, Urban Paintball UK Facebook page. Let them know. You'll be able to find links either in the description down below, or you'll be able to find links on the Urban Paintball Facebook page. Go check them out. If you can, get to the game, go have fun. It should be a really good laugh for you. God, I have no idea why my nose is so itchy. I don't know, it's not going away. It is not going away, and it's really annoying. Right, I'll close that. Right, what we've got. Nightmare and the 20 round game. Not familiar with that one. Albert, don't bother if you go to YBC, just play the normal walk on, as it's player ran and they take it too serious. It's like air puff. Well, that's not very politically correct now, is it, Albert? And yes, Nightmare, my favourite place is indeed the kitchen. Well, to be fair, it's not the kitchen. I like the kitchen, but my favourite place is the dining room where food is provided to us. That's my favourite place. Or restaurants, snack bars, just basically anywhere where there's food. I generally like. But you know, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm trying to lose weight. It's not going amazingly, I will confess, but I am trying to do something about it. I'm trying to become more active. Right then. So, some of today's topics. Paintball Mag, and I don't know if I talked about this one last week. Paintball Mag podcast episode number 7 is out. It includes interviews with Ash from GI Europe, which was nice hearing from Ash from GI Europe, because it was getting to hear about, you know, some of the stuff that goes on in GI and how he got into paintball and things like that. And there's also an interview with Joe from Shattered Lens, and that one I particularly enjoyed because it was Martello and Joe talking the media sort of side of things. You know, talking about how Joe got from paintball into producing. I think he originally started taking photographs at events and then moved over into making videos from events. And I've got to admit, I haven't checked out any of Shattered Lens' content yet, because it's a name that I've heard banded around a few times, but I've not actually taken the effort to look into. But after listening to the interview, after listening to the interview today, it's something that I'm planning on doing. I'm probably going to either do it today or do it after the stream, or do it tomorrow, where I'm going to drop over onto the Shoutout YouTube channel, just have a check out and see what his content's like, because he's a name that, like I said, I keep seeing banded around in the UK community, and the guys, from what I understand, apparently is making very good content. So if he is making good content, then he's somebody else that I want to help try and promote. And I mean, me saying that when it's a guy that's going out and taking video of like NXL Europe and stuff, it sounds a bit silly. I've got 4 people watching the live stream. But I think, you know, I've said it umpteen times, we need to come together as a community and share these people that are actually doing good work. And it's just something that we should be doing. With the more people that, if you share content around, the more people that see it, there's more chance of people seeing, hang on, I actually like that. Yeah, I might go and have a look at this. I mean, that looks really cool. I'm gonna go and check that out. And that, where's my pen? That is why I wanted to touch on. I don't know how many of you will have seen it or not, but Joe Rogan. In fact, have I still got the video up? No, it is. I haven't. I must have taken the video off. But Joe Rogan, one of the biggest sort of podcasts online, anytime. You know, like, well, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he is possibly the biggest podcast on the net at the moment. I'm just gonna quickly sort of Google this so I can actually get a bit of an idea here. Now, hopefully, the sound won't play through this, and I won't Right, yeah, we'll go. Alright, I'll just pause this so that doesn't do anything. Right. Joe Rogan, if you're interested in searching this, I have got a link to the individual podcast that I'm talking about. But if you're interested, you can just go on YouTube and type in Joe Rogan. Now, Joe Rogan has 5.2 million subscribers on YouTube. And 19 hours ago, I'm going to open this up in another window here as well. And I'm going to have to try and quickly pause it just so that nothing plays. Because I don't know
3, 2,
what
1.
audio is linked up to where. Right. Joe Rogan Experience number 1285, sitting talking to Be Real. Now, for those of you that don't know, Be Real was a member of Cypress Hill. Now, yes, there was numerous members of Cypress Hill, but still, Be Real was one of those members of Cypress Hill. Now, why am I talking about Cypress Hill and the Joe Rogan podcast? Well, like I said, for those that don't know, Be Real, and I didn't know this until today, Be Real used to be a big time into paintball. He is another celebrity that was a big time paintball player. Now, Be Real used to actually play for Stoned Assassins, so this is going back into the 7-man days paintball. Generally, stuff that's played now, if in case anyone doesn't actually know this, most of what's played now is 5-man, with 3-man tournaments and quite regular and the occasional 7-man tournament. Now, Be Real and Joe in this episode of the Joe Rogan podcast, I think that's the Joe Rogan Experience, they have actually sat and Be Real explained all about when he used to play paintball and when he used to play with the Stoned Assassins. Now, it's not a massively long clip. I mean, the conversation's actually like 2 hours and 20 minutes long, or roughly around about that. And I haven't watched this stream myself. I've just seen some highlights. But I mean, I was watching and listening to the Command Bros live stream that they do at lunchtimes in America. I'm not sure whereabouts in America the Command Bros are from, but I was listening to their podcast. It's around about 5 o'clock here, but it's dinner time for them. It's 12 o'clock for them when they start their podcast. And they were of the opinion that this probably won't have had very many people. This won't have encouraged very many people to go out and play paintball, but it did provide exposure. And you know what? I'll actually agree with that. I don't think the fact that Be Real, a guy that was quite famous at one point, and probably still, I would still classify as famous, the fact that he played paintball at one point isn't going to have hundreds of thousands of people rushing out for to go and play paintball. And yeah, I'll agree with that. But the reason that I'm bringing up the podcast itself is Joe Rogan has 5.2 million subscribers. That's potentially 5.2 million people that could now, and just going off his subscribers, 5.2 million people that will at some point potentially see that live stream. No, they might not. Realistically, they're not. It's quite common for YouTubers to only maybe get, if you've got 100 subscribers, you'll only maybe get 10 views per video, which would actually probably work out around about right at the moment. There has apparently been 515,483 people at this moment have watched the Joe Rogan Experience with Be Real. 10,000 likes to 700 dislikes. So that's... Now, even if we go down the route of, well, let's say a quarter of those people have watched the live stream, watched the entire stream, so they've listened to Joe and Be Real talk about paintball, and also showed videos in the stream as well. So that's great in itself. Now that's a great highlight. And they also talked about numerous other celebrities like I think it's Maurice Gibbs, who I hope I've gotten that name right and I haven't butchered it. Who was one of the Bee Gees. And they talked about William Shatner playing paintball as well. They talked about Will Smith playing paintball. Now, the fact that they're talking about that and they're showing that there's even celebrities playing paintball, I think is a fantastic thing. That seems like it's slowly becoming a catchphrase of mine. But yeah, I mean, they're talking about these guys that have actually gone and played paintball properly, and it is a fantastic thing. Now, like I said, even if only a quarter of those people have watched the live stream all of the way through, so you might be looking at 125,000 people have watched the live stream all the way through, and let's say, for simplicity's sake, we'll just say 100,000, and let's say 25,000 people, a quarter. In fact, not even a quarter. Let's go an eighth. So what? About 12,500 people have seen that and gone, yeah, paintball. Oh, I thought that was just stag do's, but you've got celebrities going out and doing these events, and William Shatner played paintball, so they have a bit Google, and Will Smith played paintball, and I have a bit Google, and the guy from the Bee Gees, and I'll have a bit Google, so they look up all that sort of stuff, and then they go, hang on, that looks really cool. So those people, they might be more inclined to try to go out and play, because it's like, well, if these people that are such iconic within the celebrity world, if they're playing it, well, maybe it's something that I can do as well. It doesn't seem like it's that far to reach if you've got other people that are doing it. And that's what I hope. And maybe I'm being a bit too, a bit over enthusiastic about that, a bit too positive about it. But that's where I'd like to think that you have got these people that will see all that and will think, I'll go check it out. Yeah, I'll have a look at that. But yeah, I mean that is what I kind of hope about it. Hello, you been asleep? Have you? Hello. Right, so what else we got? Nightmare. Dex, when you play 1989 Club, shall you lay a trail of food for us? Well, it wouldn't hurt, mate. Shattered Lens is good content. Well, that's it. Everything I've heard says that. Everyone that I've heard talk about Shattered Lens says that Shattered Lens is great content. And the fact he's doing he can do personalized videos for teams and stuff like that, and he can do videos just covering an event and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, that's great. And like I said, it's something that I plan on going and checking out either after the stream, or I'll be checking out tomorrow when I've got a bit more time. Nightmare. When you're at YPC, sometimes you don't play, and you don't play Wargun. You go sort out some of the cheaters for the refs. Well, yeah, sometimes. I mean, I can't really agree with doing the whole kangaroo court thing or anything like that, like chasing down players, but sometimes I do kind of think it is necessary. Sometimes players have to be shown that it's not right to cheat, and sometimes just having a conversation with somebody and saying, look mate, call your hits is enough. And sometimes it's a case of you actually have to ouch players out, and I've seen both ends of it done, and I'd never want to see people taking extra hits, but also I'm not going to lie and say if I'm seeing somebody cheating that I don't think, if somebody's cheating, they deserve to take a couple of extra hits. Maybe he's not abuse them, but let them know that you know. That's all that needs to be done. Albert, you have shared on Facebook, but a lot of groups now will not post a link or comment straight away. You have to get an admin to look at it first. Yeah. That's it, Albert. There's so many pages, and I think it's because, and it was actually touched on in the Paintball Mag podcast, that Facebook is getting stricter and stricter when it comes to paintball content, and this is something that a lot of you have noticed for quite a while now, and it's unfortunate. But and good evening there, Mr. Wong. Thank you very much for joining us. Yes, indeed. Thank you very much for joining the live stream tonight. But yeah, so they touched on the podcast that a lot of paintball pages are kind of they're being affected by Facebook being a little bit censorious, which sites or pages are trying to counteract that by controlling what is uploaded, which isn't fantastic. I don't like censorship. I really don't like censorship. But I also understand that those sites, that those pages that are trying to make sure that somebody doesn't slip through the net, upload something, and gets their page shut down. Now, that can lead to situations where, like, I've posted photos on, say, let's say for example, how big is paintball on Facebook? I've posted photos on there, and it's literally been like 12 hours later that the post will get approval, which is a bit naff if you're trying to share something like, let's say, like a live stream. Now, again, I'm not referencing my own personal live stream, but I know I've tried sharing stuff, and other people, like, let's say, we'll use I've already mentioned them before, so the Command Bros. Let's say, you try sharing a live stream of the Command Bros, which you almost have to share the link saying that you're going to be live streaming later on that day, early on in the day, so that at some point that will be approved before you go live. Which isn't ideal, but like I said, I kind of understand where some of these pages are coming from, especially sites that still do some buy sell trade, because they want to make sure that they don't go against Facebook's rules. Nightmare. Your other teams are Phantom Paintball and East Yorkshire Spiders. Mate, you must be rushed off your feet at the minute. I don't have time for to play that much. Right then. So, another one I want to touch on is, actually, I'm hoping, what have I actually got on my screens at the moment so that I can actually share this. Right, now I think that is reasonable, that if I click between the two screens, that I'm not showing anything that is embarrassing or out like that. Right, now hopefully this will be set up right and I won't have to flick between two different screens. So I want to share this. Now, like I said, hopefully it shares right. But yes, that did actually share right. Check this out. Now I'm hoping that I'm hoping that Artwood doesn't mind us sharing this. And like I've said, I know I've said it a couple of times, but I know I kind of gush over Artwood a little bit because I genuinely think that the guy is really good at what he does. But look at that. He's recently built up a Hammer 7. I'm pretty sure it's a Hammer 7 sniper rifle, and to me that's really cool. Look, I mean, I don't think you can actually see my my mouse on this. I'm pretty sure you can't. I'm just give it a second there, see if this actually comes across. No, it doesn't. But I mean, have a look at the scope and have a look at the run cam that's on the top there. Like the sort of the weathering that he's done on it, the way that the stock's been weathered, so it actually looks really nice. It doesn't just look like it doesn't just look like it's something that's just come off a shelf and he's bolted on or anything. Taking some of the details on that, but please don't just look at this and then leave it at that. Please go over, check out Artwood's Facebook page. There is a link in the description down below, at least there should be, and if there's not, just go onto Facebook, search Artwood on in Facebook, and you'll be able to find him. Check out his YouTube channel and go check out his stuff. Now, apparently, Artwood has a video coming out on Friday. Now, that is, I'm saying apparently, because making videos myself, I know sometimes things don't always go as smoothly as you'd like them to. But yeah, go check out his stuff. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does with this, seeing what his videos like when he's doing a proper like a sniper rifle video. Because I mean, he's had scope cam footage in a lot of his videos before, but the fact that this is actually based from a pump gun, this is the thing, Nightmare. This is actually based off of it looks to be based off a Hammer 7 as well, and I really want to see how he does with this. I want to see what goes on. So yeah, guys, if you aren't already subscribed, go check out Artwood. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Go do all that sort of stuff, because he, as far as I'm concerned, Artwood really does deserve to have people watch his stuff and check out his Facebook page. Yeah. So anyway, we will go back over onto the main screen here, and while I'm on the main screen here, I can now close that, ready for to show you the next page. Right. Right, what we got? Now I'm trying to find where my mouse is. There it is. Right, back into the control room. But yeah, I mean, how awesome was that? The bloke does detail very nicely, and like I said, I mean, the stuff like the weathering on the scope and things like that, it's really nice. He hasn't just, you know, like scuffed it on the ground or anything like that. I mean, he is actually, you know, he hasn't just rubbed it on the ground for to give it a quick, harsh sort of immediate damaged sort of look. It's actually, he's made it look weathered to match with the rest of his gear, and I'm really hoping that he's actually had a game, and I'm hoping that he has that. It's something that I'm at the, I don't know if he's at North versus South, but if he is, I hope he's got that with him, because I want to have a look and see what he's done with that thing. Because again, I keep harping on about it, but customization is, to me, is what makes paintball beautiful. Even with tournament guns, if you can make something, you know, even if you just get a nice custom anno job on your marker, that to me is really cool. Right. So what else we've got? Nightmare. What I do is I go over and say call your hits, and I stand next to them for a bit. If they get hit, you pull them out, or if they you shoot them 2 or 3 times. Well, yeah, I mean, I would imagine most people, if you stand over them watching them, and they get hit, and then most people, I would imagine, would take that. You know, even most cheats will take it if you stand over the top of them. Albert, or you get knobs who recon your or you get knobs who reckon that your live show's not going to do anything to do with paintball and delete. Yeah, that's it. Because there's a lot of people that are of the opinion that, well, you know, it's like, well, what are you doing for paintball? And I don't think that I'm doing particularly much for paintball, but I'm trying to do something. And I'm not being paid for this, because there's a lot of people think that the moment they hear, like, YouTube and, well, the moment anyone hears YouTube, they think, oh, you're making shitloads of money. I have made nothing. And I've always been completely upfront with how much money I have made from making YouTube videos. Before my monetization was cancelled, I made £3, which I can't claim back, because you can only withdraw money from YouTube once you hit £100. Well, it's $100, or around about £75, I think it is, or about $80. Well, £80. So I've made 0 money from paintball. And around about 2012, I got 2 phone cases for my iPhone as payment for. I made a video, and it was Andy from YPC asked if he could post it on his website, which he did. And because he did that, he was actually making phone cases at the time. So he said he would give us 2 phone cases, custom made, custom printed phone cases. There was that, and Nicky T and Colin sent us a pizza. That is everything that I have made from making paintball content. So if anybody can try and say that I'm doing this for money, they are sorely mistaken. I'm not saying that making money wouldn't be nice. It bloody well would be. But if anyone thinks that most people that make content are doing this to make money, yeah. If it's that easy to make money through making YouTube videos, why isn't everyone doing it? Yeah. But yeah, I mean that is, in my opinion, that is what a lot of people think when they hear YouTube, or when they see somebody doing live streams or anything like that. I'll get Yeah, Richie. Yeah, I'm sure that's the case. Dex is sponsored by Shoreline. Christ. Oh, oh. that's that's a name I haven't heard for a long time. um, but yeah, it's it's like, and if you look at the stuff, the way that some people responded to the Greg Hastings and Orange County Choppers sort of situation, I thought what they did was great. It's every time you can get paintball on TV that isn't a representation that makes it look like all we do is stag do's. That to me, press any key to cancel. There we go. Anytime you can get paintball on TV that doesn't make it look like all we do is stag do's, that's great. You know, it's exposure, and it's the kind of exposure that we want. You know, it's if you can get paintball on TV where, oh, and also obviously we don't want negative publicity, but even then, negative publicity isn't always bad publicity. Mostly is, but not always. But if you can get paintball on TV where, you know, paintball on like say on the Joe Rogan podcast, stuff like that. If people can see that, and I'm talking the average person, not paintballers themselves, but if they can see that sort of thing and go, hang on, I thought paintball was just stag do's. I'm gonna go and have a look at this. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to hear. And all I can hope is that if the more people that can do this, if I don't know if any of you in the chat have ever actually dished out flyers. I've tried to give people flyers for paintball events, but again, I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before. But I went and I did flyering for a while for my local field, and trying to hand people flyers, and it was amazing how many people would say stuff like, "Oh, I did the real thing." And say, "Well, yeah, okay, I respect your service. Thank you very much for that. But I don't play because I want to be a soldier." And I think some of that sort of stuff is cool, granted, but I don't play because I think that I am Rambo. I play because it's fun, and that's the end of it. You know, and I don't dress up in military gear. I wear mostly tournament style gear. I play with more tournament style markers, and you've got stuff like that, and you've got, I'm not interested. It cost an absolute fortune. Again, people have this. If you spend any time on airsoft pages, just how many people think that all airsoft is £120 for a box of paint and stag do's. That's it. It's either £120 for a box of paint and for a stag do, or you want to be Rambo. There's no middle ground, and there's so many people don't know that there is any extra to paintball than what there actually is. And I want to try and change that. I want people to know that there is more out there. So anyway, right. Nightmare, you're one of the stand-in players for Phantom Paintball, but main team is the Spiders. Fair enough, man. You're an admin on Instagram for 7 days of paintball. Cool, man. But how about you? You heard that? You heard that too? Tim pays in love. yeah. Oh yeah, he really loved me. Richie Wong, show me the money pants. Richie, unfortunately, man, I sold them. I sold the money pants a while ago now. It's a bit unfortunate, but I wasn't wearing them, and frankly, I had no need for them. So yeah. Nightmare, your Hammer 7 is super quiet, but it takes a lot of porting and needs a lot of mods done to the bolt, because you have to do a lot of drummer work and a few mods. That you found yourself, it's even quieter than the Mark 23 BB gun. Oh, nice one. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, go for it. If modification's your thing, go for it, man. Right, so, talking about Artwood's rifle, which, again, if you aren't already subscribed to Artwood, please go and check him out. He produces awesome content. Definitely worth checking out. Right. So we've got another one that I want to talk about. This one is another giveaway. This is Nicky T is giving away a MacDev Prime, which looks really cool. Now, unfortunately, this is a giveaway that is only open to Nicky T's patrons. So if you aren't a patron of Nicky T's, then, well, a patron of True Technology, then you won't be eligible to win this. It doesn't matter, even if you go and apply, even if you go and sign up now, I don't think you will be eligible for this. However, I would recommend that anyone that is interested in winning some cool gear and also having an opportunity to see some fantastic content and just getting involved with the True Technology, with the work that Nicky T is doing, go check out his Patreon. There is options in there for however much you want to subscribe for, ranging from $1.49 up to $9.99. Now, as I understand it, if all you are interested in is the prizes, even at the lowest level of support, you still have access to all the prizes that Nick puts out. So there is, I believe in the future, there is a free float or cocker coming up, and there is soft goods, hard goods. You know, you've got like things like masks, and there was recently a barrel kit went. As I said, the MacDev Prime is going some point this week. Now, I haven't. Unfortunately, there wasn't actually a date or time for when at least not in the links that I saw, for when the MacDev Prime is actually going up on the live stream for the giveaway. So all I can suggest is that if you go over to Nicky T's YouTube channel, subscribe, click that bell button, and you'll get a notification of when he goes live. And if you are a patron of his, you might be in with a chance of winning a very nice marker there. Now, if you aren't familiar with the MacDev series of markers, and in particular, obviously, the MacDev Prime, if you go back through Nicky T's videos a little bit, or there is, of course, a link in the description down below, I have linked the review that Nicky T did of the MacDev Prime. Now, personally, I think I have shot a MacDev droid. Now, Richie, if you're still in the chat, was it a droid that you loaned me once? Once when I was on field, I think my marker went down, so Richie gave us a marker, and I'm pretty sure it was a droid. Now, that thing did shoot really nice, but unfortunately, that's the most interaction I've ever had with a droid, or that with a MacDev. And I'm hoping, because I'm a Patreon, I'm a patron of Nick's as well, so I've got to admit, screw you guys, I want to win it. Now, in all honesty, if I won it, it would be bloody nice, but I hope that one of you guys gets it. Especially, I want one of you that is in the chat now to win that MacDev for Prime, because then you can come back and you can tell us all about it. You can tell us what you think of it, and I will relay that information to anyone else that watches the streams. But yeah, go check out Nick's review of the marker and see if what you think of it. This might be an alternative for something that you want to buy in the future, instead of buying the dies or the Eclipse markers, which of course I always go on about Eclipse markers being amazing. But yeah, instead of going for like Eclipse or die or Lux or whoever else, you're going for GOG or things like that. Instead of going for them, why not try a MacDev? Go for something a little bit different to what everyone else is shooting. And yeah, it was a droid. Awesome. Can you remember? Was it a green one? I think it's because I know that you've got your Stormtrooper droid, but did you not have a green one as well? Or am I thinking of something else? But yeah, that's it. It's Richie, sign up to Nicky T. It's less than the cost of a pint a month. That's exactly it. And also, can you please, if you happen to share any of his stuff, I'm trying to do this now. I'd mentioned it in my last live stream, but it hasn't caught on that I'm aware of. It worked for PewDiePie. Now I wanted to work for Nicky T. If you're sharing something of Nicky T's, stick a hashtag on there. Hashtag subscribe to Nicky T. I want people that I want all the paintball community to go and subscribe to Nick, because I keep saying it, but the bloke is doing great work for paintball. He's putting out good quality, like high quality content about about how to play, how to improve your performance on the field and things like that. How to get more kills off the break. He mentioned he did I think it was a live stream. Now I can't remember what the gentleman's name is, unfortunately. But he did a live stream where he was talking about. We had this gentleman on where they were talking about mental performance and stuff, and talking about things like nutrition and how to prepare yourself before and after games as well, stuff like that. I mean, that's something that I don't think there's actually many people talking about really, and it's some stuff that's nice for to hear. It's some stuff that gives you things to consider, and if you want to take your game to the next level. But yeah, go check out that. There is links in the description to both the giveaway, or to both Nicky T's page on Facebook, and also a link to the Nicky T's MacDev Prime video as well. So yeah, go check those out if you want something to check out. I think that made sense. The green nerve droid, you still have it. I think Richie, you don't need to say that you still have it. I don't think you have ever sold a marker since I've known you. I don't think you've gave away at least one marker, and I know that because I have it, but I don't think you have ever sold a marker. Yeah, you must have an awesome collection. It's like I would love to actually see your collection of gear at some point. Right. Nightmare. You might make a futuristic loadout. Do it, mate. And if you haven't ever seen him before, check out. Oh damn! What's his? Now that I'm beginning to think of him, I can't think what his name is. Aztec. Check out Aztec. Aztec has a pretty cool futuristic loadout. Now, personally, I think his loadout looks really, really cool, and I haven't heard from Aztec for a long time, and I mean that as in I haven't seen anything from Aztec in quite a long time. I don't know the guy personally. I think he came over and played a game over here in the UK once, but I'd never spoke to him, never had any contact with the guy, just know of him. But he, if he's still around, he had this really cool sort of, it was almost like a power armor looking loadout. It was a bit like a sort of like a Master Chief sort of from like Halo style loadout. Really cool, but realistically, I think for gameplay, it wasn't practical. I mean, there was a lot of hard areas on there, so there was a lot of things that paint could burst off. But he did look really cool, and I'm pretty sure he had like a full on. It was a silver dye dam to match his silver armor as well, and it was really futuristic looking and really cool. But yeah, go check him out. I'm pretty sure he's got an Instagram and a YouTube channel and all that sort of stuff. Albert, have you seen how much a pint costs? That's exactly it. If you could subscribe twice to Nicky T on his lowest setting, which I believe is the sniper tier on Patreon, for the price of a pint. Yeah, and you could. And what's a pint? About £3 odd or something. I suppose depending on where you are and what you're drinking. It's about £1 to subscribe to him, and you could win thousands of pounds worth of prizes if you were to do that. So yeah, if you haven't already, go subscribe to Nicky T on YouTube, go like his Facebook page, and get in there. Nightmare, you think you had an old MacDev? You might have, man. You might have. Richie, green nerve droid, you still have it? Yeah. Nightmare, the bloke's been playing for decades. MCS is where you buy your stuff. MCS. Not sure if I'm familiar with MCS. Do you mean MCB? M. Carter Brown? Or am I just completely oblivious to something there? Right, so I've talked about that one. That one. Right, the next one that I have to talk about, I'm just going to close something here. Next one that I have to talk about is Paintball Mag. Well, I'm going to share the picture in a second here. I'll click over. In fact, I might as well just click over now. This is from the Paintball Mag's Facebook page. So again, I hope Martello's okay with us sharing this. I don't think obviously it's a public post, so I'm assuming that he probably will be fine. But I'll just click over to this here now. For those that may not have seen it, this is, in my opinion, one of the new iconic pictures to do with paintball. It is an absolutely fantastic shot. I mean, look at that. You've got two players in the air. The only thing I'm aware, I think one of them is from the Russian Legion. I think the guy on the right is from the Russian Legion. I don't know who they are. I don't need to know who they are. I know that that is a bloody awesome photo. Now, the Paintball Mag are selling these posters because these are in A2 size. They are selling them and will have them both framed and unframed at CPPS this coming weekend. And I would imagine if they have any left, or if they get another batch in, they will be selling these at any other future events that they attend. So, pictures of the iconic shot taken at NXL Barcelona will be available this weekend at CPPS. And if you're interested in one and you can't make it to CPPS this weekend, if you go over to their Facebook page, which is of course linked in the description down below, you can get your hands on, or you might be able to get your hands on one of these awesome posters. And as I said, there is framed and unframed options there. But I mean, just look at that. It is an amazing picture. I mean, for the timing of that picture, for to catch both players in there. It was mentioned both players have actually got live hits on them. You know, there's actually, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there is actually shots in the air that have been caught on photo. It is a perfect shot. That is a 1 in a million shot, and that is why I think again the Paintball Mag, they have a Patreon page as well. And it's another site that you can go and subscribe to if you like what they are doing. And again, I mean, it's like the price of a packet of crisps, less than the cost of a pint to subscribe to these guys. And if you do that, you know, you can help fund the Paintball Mag. You can get discounts on products. You can help get these guys to events like NXL Barcelona or the other NXL events for to take photos and for to share stuff and get paintball seen in the way that it should be seen, in the way that like this looks. You know, seeing amazing pictures like this, that's what we want to see in the paintball community. And yeah, go check them out. Again, as I said, there is links in the description down below, but you can find the Paintball Mag on Facebook. Go listen to that podcast. Go buy the magazine, all that sort of stuff when it comes out. It is definitely worth supporting these guys. Now I'm just gonna find out how to go back over to here. Right, but yeah, please go check that stuff out, and I hope you enjoy it, really. Right, now, how to get this back open. Right, so, right, what we're saying in the comments here again, I'll just quickly cross that out. Modern combat sports. I'm not familiar with modern combat sports. I'm pretty sure I'm not familiar with modern combat sports. Aztec skier reminds you of the Cylons. Yes, I know what you mean. It is very sort of space agey and sort of robotic. Rap 4 now, though. Right, it's Rap 4. Richie, future classic picture. You love it. J Rab, you forgot, yeah. That's it. There's supposed to be J Rab, that's on the left, and then I can't even. Unfortunately, on the monitor that I've got on my left hand side here, I can't actually see what the player's name is on the back of his jersey. But it as he said, it is a future classic picture, and I've seen you comment that on one of Martello's posts. That picture, I'm not going to be seeing. Obviously, I'm not going to be at CBBS this coming weekend, but depending on the price of this, if I can get, I wouldn't mind seeing if I can get my hands on one of these posters when I go to North versus South next weekend, and if I can, I'm very tempted to put that on the wall, right, like behind my monitors here, because I think that would be, it would be something that I'll probably see if I can get an unframed version, depending on the cost of the framed ones, and then I'll see about getting, yeah, just like, even if it's just a cheap frame, just something that looks nice, get it on the wall behind, in front of us here, so it's something for kind of a little bit of motivation for when I'm working, something to inspire us a little bit. But yeah, it's an amazing photo. The guys at Paintball Magazine they're just such another underappreciated faction of the paintball media within the UK community, and in fact, well, the paintball mag, they're not even the UK paintball community. Yes, they are UK based, but they are known across the world, across the paintballing world. So yeah, go check them out. You think it's Houston Heat, but you don't know who the other team is. You went to NXL Europe to watch Houston Heat. Well, yeah. The thing is, to be honest, when it comes to actual tournament play now, even when I was playing tournament paintball, I never particularly got to know who the other teams were that were like really, really popular or anything. I always kind of just thought, well, there's no point in me going and psyching myself up and, you know, going and standing and watching teams. I would watch games, but there was no point in me giving it, oh, I know that team is really good, because it was kind of psyching myself out. So I'd watch games and I'd see how people played, but I wouldn't think, oh, they were an amazing team. Or at least I would try and avoid that. Of course, I mean, sometimes if a team was just storming through other teams, there's no way that you can't go, shit, they are bloody good. But for the most part, I'd always try to kind of sit back, just ease off, and just see how things went. But that as a result means that I don't actually know who a lot of these guys are. I just see them as, like, I watch the games and think, that was a bloody good game, and that player, you know, made a fantastic move and stuff. I've never really spent the time to learn players' names, which hopefully, you know, if I'm keep watching this sort of stuff and I'm keep checking things out like this for to talk to you guys, I'm kind of hoping that I might actually learn some of this stuff a little bit more. Right, so what we got, Richie, you reckon it was Edmonton Impact? Right, is that J-Rab for Edmonton Impact? Because it looks like obviously I might be totally wrong, but it looks like a Russian Legion jersey on the right hand side. Nightmare, you have a Houston Heat jersey and t-shirt. Very nice one, very nice. I don't think I think the only team jerseys I've got now are team jerseys that I've worn myself. Yeah, I don't actually own any pro jerseys or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know. In fact, no, I'm pretty sure the Dynasty jersey I wore for a while wasn't even my jersey. I'm pretty sure I was a lad who used to play on the same team as. Right, anyway, so let's move on to the final talking point of today, which is, I'm just going to close, in fact, no, I'm not going to close that. Final talking point of today is, for those of you that are into tournament play, CPBS are hosting a training clinic with, is it Marcello and Ryan of Dynasty? I'm not too familiar with who Marcello is, but I know Ryan Greenspan has been playing with Dynasty for a very long time now. And well, I think Ryan Greenspan must have been playing with Dynasty for probably knocking on 10 years. Been around for a good long time, but like I said, I feel kind of bad that I don't know who Marcello is. But Dynasty, in case you don't know, which I find very unlikely, are one of the top teams in the world. I mean, they have been around for years, and they are known as being a really good team. But anyway, so like I said, CBBS are hosting a training clinic with Marcello and Ryan of Dynasty. The event is £75 per day, including a box of paint. Saturday is for individual players and is capped at 30 players. Sunday is for teams and is capped at 6 teams. So yeah, it is £75 including a box of paint per day. That's not for the full weekend, that's just per day. If you're interested, contact admin at OKPB for details, or if you go and check out the CBBS page, which I have linked in the description down below. But yeah, go check that out. If you want to, again, if you want to try and improve your skills, if you want to go and learn from some of the masters of the game, get yourself along with that. But if you want to get to this, I can almost guarantee you that those tickets will sell fast. So if you want to get to this, you will need to book up and get yourself down there pretty sharpish. Or at least you'll need to book up pretty sharpish. They're getting down there. Obviously, you don't need to do that till the event. But yeah, let them know that you're coming. Let them know that you want to go. Get booked up. Even if you don't even need a team for this, you can go down on a Saturday and learn the skills that the masters have been using for, well, to take them to the high levels. Yeah, I don't know what more I can say other than that. But yeah, go check that out. I think that could be a really cool event. It's a little bit pricey, but it could be worth it. I mean, if I'm saying it could be worth it, it'll definitely be worth it for go and learn from those guys. And you never know, you might end up one day playing against them. Right. Albert, unless GI split their dummy out again, finger crossed you should be getting your new team together, team top this week. Very nice, man, Albert. You know what it is? I'm a little bit disappointed that, I mean, I could go back and show it now, but I'm a little bit disappointed that it was only after I showed, only after the big reveal, that I finally worked out how to do like screen share and all that sort of stuff. Because I think it would have been quite nice for showing off the team top on my stream as it is more now, when people can actually see stuff instead of me just being like, yeah, there's something really cool that I wish you could see, but it's in the comments down below. But yeah, and your team tops really look cool, mate. I'm really impressed with those. I think the design on them is just amazing, man. Nightmare, you have a Houston Heat podcast. Yeah, you have a Houston Heat pod pack. Marcello and Marcello is part of X Factor. Right. Well, if I've gotten that wrong, then I must apologise. And thank you very much for correcting us. Right. So, well, guys, unless we have anything else that anyone would like to talk about, of course, I always say this, and then I feel like I leave before anyone has a chance to actually comment or anything. So, well, I'm going to start winding the stream down now. So, if anybody wants to have a bit of wants to talk about anything in particular, please post up. I'm all ears. But I think it is knocking on towards time that I should probably end the live stream, because it is very, very hot in here, and I should probably be going to bed soon. But as always, GI, you hope they're watching. Well, hopefully they are watching, man, and they'll hear what's being said there. Or maybe not. I'm not actually sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Nah. But honestly, mate, I think if I remember right, he's had a fair number of sponsors on your team jerseys to start with. Your team jerseys are going to be absolutely covered in sponsors. I love the idea that somebody at GI could be watching my live stream. I love the idea that anybody is watching my live stream. I actually can't believe that there is some of yous take the time out of your day to come and sit and talk to me. It's always appreciated. I always love the fact that you guys actually take that time to come and sit and talk with us. And I hope that I can bring you the freshest paintball news. And I hope, you know, that as time goes on, that people will actually come to me with stuff that they want shared out, that I can then share out to people before it's been shared anywhere else. I would love that, like, you know, for to have, I suppose, I don't think informers is the right word, but sources. I think sources is a good way to say it. I would love to have sources that, you know, are prepared to come to me and tell me stuff that I can then come out and talk to people about. That would be really, really cool to me. It would be awesome. Nightmare, GI doesn't like you because you said you're not using your shit because Phantom Paintball is sponsored by GI, but there might be two Marcellos. Right, there might be two Marcello. Chances are, I mean, well, I suppose there could be, but Marcello to me sounds like a pretty uncommon name. I mean, it might be a very, very common name in some parts of the world. I don't know, but I can't say for certain. I don't know either way. But I mean, obviously, you guys probably know more about tournament paintball than I do. So if I'm wrong on that, I'm more than happy to accept that I'm wrong on that. But yeah. I mean, I appreciate when you guys correct us and pull us up on stuff. It makes. All I want is I want to put out correct information here. I don't want to be putting out incorrect rubbish. But yeah. So, like I said, guys, I'm hoping that this weekend, I'm hoping I can change a few more things. I can do a couple more extra things with the live stream. So I'm hoping it'll be a little bit more exciting again next week. And as always, I'm always looking out for stories and stuff. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Dexter's PB Lab, which you can see from the ticker, which is scrolling along the bottom of the screen. If you happen to have anything that you want us to cover in the next episode that you think of beforehand, please feel free to contact us on my Facebook page, which is, as I just said, Facebook. It'll be facebook.com/Dexter's PB Lab. You can send us a message on there, and I always try and respond as soon as I can. So Marcelo Margot is a Dynasty player. Right, nice one, Richie. Thanks very much for the clarification. But yeah, if you have any stories that you want us to cover next week or any other time, and it's something that you don't necessarily want to drop in the live stream itself, or you just think of it at a certain point, please feel free to drop us a message, and I will cover it in the next stream if that's what you want us to do. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. I think I'm going to end it here, and thank you very much for watching the stream. Thank you very much for correcting us when I've gone wrong, and I shall see you later, guys. Once again, thank you very much. Peace out, man.